This is a professional environment. Hey! Stop it!
Another day about the Waffle House shit got hella poppin'. One lady started talking that shit like she really wanted problems. She said that the workers were working too slow. She needed the food cause she had to go. She got super angry and started to shout. So Wendy gave her a 3-piece on the house. Yeah. Go Wendy, I get why they mad, yeah. They just found out for Christmas all you be serving is both of them hands, yeah. Wendy, she ain't gonna back down. Her homie just pulled a pen out. So your little plans ain't gon' pan out. John Cena with the smackdown. Why you think they got this type of application? And the store should get launched like an application. If you're not with the shits like your name is Wendy, shit, you're not really a fit, go apply it Wendy. Run up on Wendy, boy, you better just surrender. Featherweight contender whipping up them chicken tenders. Mama lit the way she kept it cool with the aggressors. Even Iron Man is trying to break it.
I'll admit it. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm somebody that thought I could fix this, and I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbor. I'm gonna haul him up by a chain. I will eat your ass. I'll do it. You think I like sizing up my neighbor? Gonna chop his ass up. My children are going hungry. I will eat your ass. I'll eat your ass. I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I will eat your ass. Eat your ass. Eat your ass. My superpower is being honest, and I will eat your ass. I will eat your ass. Eat your ass. That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass. I will eat your ass. Eat your ass. I've extrapolated this out, and I will eat your ass.
I learned a lot. And I learned that, I learned a lot. Anyway, Bo is associated here. Anyway, the point I want to make is I learned so much. I learned so much. I learned black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What I have to do is I have to continue talking about the things that come on, man. I came down here because I remember the first bumper sticker I saw. I learned that I got hairy legs that turned blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight and then watch the hair come back up again. So I learned about kids jumping on my lap, not kids jumping on my lap. Oh, I'm in trouble. What are we nuts? Dead. You know, come on, man. Give me a little break here. Get a life. Taking cocaine or not? What do you think? Huh? Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. Come on, man. Well, Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. I can hardly wait to meet with that guy who is the stable genius. Come on, man. I am very willing to let the public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. Come on, man. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids. Come on, man. I mean, come on. Take a look at the record. I know a lot of weed smokers. Come on, man. Black, white, all colors, all backgrounds. But I mean, come on, man. Men, women, gay, straight, everyone deserves a shot. You know, come on, man. You know the thing. You know what I mean? You know the thing. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Why the hell would I take a test? I am,
And strike and strike and strike until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. Angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. They're coming here. They're coming here from Africa, from South America. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. Angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now.
How about a motherfucking mukbang? We got a beef taco. Santa Fe, right?
Wake up. Wake up. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. It's an e-girl in military uniform. It's propaganda. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
This is a rule. You know, the rules of perception. If they're black, then it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. But if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it.
Oh, you know it, lad. You know that Hassan Piker? I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring.
No, in real life.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish things simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Who's Sailor Moon shirt? Why, mine, of course. It's a little tight.
Oh, of course you watch Progression. You know skill, dumb YouTube commenter, idiot.
I'm taking all your spell zones. Every
Take them. I don't need them.
Go.
End of main, dumbass.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, nice deck.
Spent all match complaining and had the rock
the deck
in
is
hand.
bullshit.
Completely
it's bad.
saw through
it's
that
a bad
bluff,
deck,
by the
but
way.
it's still
Did
bullshit.
Hillary teach you
skill
that
issue.
one, you liar?
Open wide, kids, because I'm going to grape you in the mouth.
He's going to what them in the mouth?
He's gonna grape him.
Well, if it's a level beyond Super Saiyan, then
He must be a super duper Saiyan.
if he's a Super Duper Saiyan, then I shall find a way to become a Super D-Duper Saiyan.
You've done well so far, but up until now, I've only been using a mere 5% of my power. Now let's see how well you fare against my Biden blast. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, and a happy Biden blast to everyone. Dude, that's still my favorite fucking clip from Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Super D-Duper saying.
Then I shall find a way to become a Super D-Duper Saiyan. Fucking hell. Oh, man. Okay, so a couple things. One, I finally figured out what was messed up with my microphone, right? Because it was just like dropped down in volume. And I was like, that's because I didn't have the microphone manually turned up all the way. But anyways, we fixed that. Also, don't ask me why it took so long. But anyways, we're going to be talking about the upcoming trial of Donald Trump tonight. And I don't know, depending on how well we do, and I mean how much I enjoy it, right? We may talk about it a couple of other nights, but GG, how you doing, man? Oh wait, GG went.
No, I'm doing fine.
Oh, good. Okay, so have you heard what's going on?
Yeah, apparently Alvin Bragg has lost his fucking mind.
Honestly, I don't even care anymore. I don't care. This is related to hush money payments that Donald Trump had made to Stormy Daniels or whatever.
In other words, an NDA.
Well, no, because what they're saying is he did not report the payments properly, right? He intentionally was misreporting payments. I would assume is the element, right? There are 34 felonies. We're going to hear more about it tomorrow because he's actually going to court tomorrow. But they're not going to be putting him in handcuffs. They're not going to do a mug shot. It's literally just he's going to voluntarily turn himself over. And then if he doesn't, then obviously it would become worse. But he's going to bring himself in. Now, this is where I do think that you're right about the Alvin Bragg, who's the district attorney. in the case is just losing his mind. If it's related to Stormy Daniels, this happened in like 2018, and hold on, I gotta share this for you guys real quick. This one comes first. So, dude, like at this point, it doesn't even matter if you show somebody this shit. But most felony offenses have a 5-year statute of limitations period. Misdemeanor offenses have a 2-year statute of limitation. Now, it does say most felony offenses, okay? They're charging him with a Class E felony. It's about misreporting payments. Now, look, I could have like totally understood if this was about like, it's a federal charge and they're finally going to try to get after him for the January 6th stuff, right? Which they constantly talk about. But it's about a state felony where you do have a 5-year statute of limitations. Now, that's not even going into whether or not they actually have a case. I'm the guy who says wait on the fucking court. Okay, I want to hear exactly what they're putting out there, but man, we know it's about Stormy Daniels, and we know it's a Class C felony, and we do know that there's a 5-year statute of limitations. I need to understand. Actually, it gets a little bit worse, right? Because really, there are things over here like arson, no time limit, or 2 or 5 years, depending on the facts, right? So let's see. Okay, this would be like misreporting payments. So where do we think that we find that under? Arson, assault, battery, burglary, car accident, child sex abuse. It's not a Class A felony. Contract in writing, contract oral or not in writing, debt collection. I mean, maybe it's one of these here. And then it's a 6-year statute of limitations, right? So maybe
it's a campaign finance law, so it's all federal. It shouldn't be involved with the state.
I know. I know it's a campaign finance thing. I know. I'm just trying to entertain this shit, right?
Why bother? Like, we could just rag on it for 2 hours.
I'm trying to open up by entertaining it. Okay, I agree. Because we do know that this is a fusion between the state and this idea that they can charge him based on federal campaign finance. I don't think you can. Like, I don't think you fucking can.
Yeah, and the one witness is a jailbird who is willing to tell lies just to avoid jail time.
Well, look, because entertain it. He is a convicted fucking felon who went to prison for committing fraud specifically related to this, right? Like he was committing fraud to get more money for himself. Okay.
This dipshit Michael Avenatti, why didn't he do this back when he was like on the teleprompter press spree run, just running his mouth, and the Democrats were boosting him up to be this true contender to Donald Trump like years ago? Why didn't he go there? Because it would have fell within the lines or in the timeline of statute of limitations.
No, it would have. But again, it's related to let's be honest, okay? Because we're using statute of limitations for New York.
Yeah.
And it is a Class E felony, and it's more than likely it's in the other felonies, which would still be 5 years. I don't think it's related to contract in writing because it's about misreporting payments and that shit. But you're really on 5 year, okay, for the state of New York. Now, in terms of federal campaign finance,
it's a 2-year
law statute. Wait, it's a 2 year?
I believe so, or at least it got resolved on the federal level.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 2 years. Hold on.
You know what, Crow? We should go back to a time where
violation.
We should go back to a time where the courts didn't listen to whores.
God damn, dude. I'm actually like, I'm trying to figure out how stupid this is gonna be, right? Like, I want to know just how fucking stupid it's gonna be, because you know those Krasenstein dudes, like the Twitter people.
Yeah.
Well, so I was laughing because he's been like they've been like jerking themselves off to this news, and I was like seeing one of their posts, and it was like, these are sealed. How can you say that you know he's innocent? That's because you're a cultist. Blah 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 blah. And then like there's another tweet, and it was like literally like the reply to that same fucking tweet or something, and he goes, "Trump is definitely going to prison. How can you still be on his side?" And I'm like, didn't you just tell everybody that nobody knows what the charges actually are? I mean, I just like, I start fucking dying, okay? Because look, here's my problem. If you're actually going to say it's about misreporting fucking payments, right? Like he was violating campaign finance law by using those funds, like, because that's what I think it's probably is, right? They're gonna allege or outright accuse him of also using campaign funds, right, to pay for that stuff. Honestly, I still don't give a shit. Like, I don't. All of these U.S. presidents have literally murdered people. As president, they've authorized like drone striking soft targets. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
And now, even some wannabe presidents have murdered people.
Yeah, yes. Yes. Like, dude, I just, you're not gonna get me fucking outraged over this, right? Even if it was like 100% true, you can't get me fucking outraged, all right? And at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's specifically about, they know he's a criminal. They don't know what they don't know specifically, but like everything, right? This is the worst person possible. He's the most hated. Okay. I get it. I understand that. So it doesn't matter what they charge him with, as long as they can charge him with something. So if it's a bullshit fucking campaign finance law and you're way past statute of limitations, look, it doesn't fucking matter. It absolutely doesn't fucking matter at this point. So it's hard for me to take it fucking seriously.
So I gotta
like,
ask.
I'm laughing. I'm fucking dying, right? Because it's a sitting. Sitting. It's a former U.S. president who has currently announced his candidacy to run for office again. Like, and you're using federal law in a New York state court. And the law itself seems like the violation has a pretty hard capped statute of limitations on it.
Yeah.
And we're way fucking past it.
And
then hold on. On top of that, your two key witnesses here are going to be a man who went to prison for fraud because he was committing fraud to enrich himself, and a woman who has admitted, well, and again, you can say that she was doing it for the money. It doesn't matter. She signed in writing that she never had an affair with the man. Those are your two key witnesses here. And you're also using like an insane idea. And you're also, looks like you're clearly past statute of limitations. It's a Class C fucking felony.
Well,
I just don't fucking get it at this point. I get it. It's New York fucking state. I get it. It's a Manhattan fucking court. I get it, right? He's a politically polarizing figure. Like, if I had to guess, the actual strategy here is to get a completely partisan fucking jury to throw the fucking book at the guy.
Well, they don't even need that because they had that one fucking bratty idiot going like, I just want to be the one who's like, yes, Trump, you're going to jail, or whatever the hell she said.
Well, they all want to fucking be that person. They all want to fucking be that person. So yeah, look, I think the actual fucking strategy here is you just get a partisan fucking jury, and that's it, and
You
you're
know,
done.
what's funny is that they're actually proving Rush Limbaugh right by doing this, because back in like the early 90s, he said that a grand jury could literally indict a ham sandwich
Well,
when he was talking about the Michael Jackson case.
no, I mean, but we do know that's true because the grand jury just takes a look and says, okay, you have everything ready to proceed with a trial. That's about it. So it's not that difficult to get a grand jury to actually push forward. That's why we hear of cases, and I'm not talking about Donald Trump, but we've heard of criminal cases that are complete fucking bullshit, but they got past a grand jury, right? The grand jury just makes sure that you actually have something to move forward with the trial. They're not looking at everything. They're not hearing opposition to it. It's purely the prosecutor presenting their side of the story, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna place a bet down right now that someone down the line, when this all fails, they're going to say that there were certain people who knew of Trump and knew of Michael Avenatti and wanted to go through with this just to get him reelected, so they sabotaged Alvin Bragg's court proceedings.
I mean, look, like actually, hold on, because there is something that's kind of interesting.
And I also heard, like, wasn't this also considered like a misdemeanor in the state of New York or in the federal jurisdiction?
Hold on.
Because this should all be in federal jurisdiction. The only way how a state would be able to have any kind of say over a campaign finance violation is if he was running for like state senate or state house or governorship.
Hold on, because I'm trying to look up something real quick. But if I recall correctly, there was something that came out prior to this, like maybe a week or so ago.
Yeah, a guy who was being interviewed who represented Avenatti said it would have been considered a misdemeanor, I think.
No.
Not
That's
him?
what I'm talking about. No.
Okay.
I'm talking about someone. Okay, so Alvin Bragg, when he was presenting the case over to the grand jury, dismissed the grand jury early. And it seemed to be related to the fact that one of his witnesses, had said that he had not presented all of the documents that he had turned over. And I'm just trying to see if that was a real thing or not.
Yeah, that was after the guy who said that it would have been a misdemeanor. He said that there was over 600 other documents that he didn't present. He only cherry-picked 6 of them from the Avenatti case.
And this is what I mean about it being a grand jury, right? It's a grand jury. They're only going to hear the prosecutor's side. Now, in an actual trial, yes, you will have all 600 documents. But again, the thing that I look at and I just go, it doesn't matter. You're in a fucking Manhattan court. Okay? That place is D plus fucking 80. There's no way you are going to get 12 people in that fucking jury. 12 people who choose to show up for fucking court. Okay? Because all those people try to avoid it. Right? I've lived in the fucking city. I get it. But you're going to have 12 people in a Manhattan fucking jury pool. And you're going to expect to get a completely unbiased fucking pool of people. I know that's not going to happen. I think most people know that's not going to happen.
Well,
and I think people on the left also know it's not going to happen. And they're looking forward to that. Because again, it doesn't matter. This may be a bullshit fucking charge. It doesn't fucking matter. Donald Trump is a criminal to them. So it doesn't matter. We just need to make sure he goes to prison. That is it. That is all.
Yeah, I just think after the whole Kyle Rittenhouse situation, I don't think you can find an unbiased jury anywhere nowadays.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude, these are the same people who still think Kyle Rittenhouse should be in fucking prison. These are those people.
And not the pedophile who got shot.
Yeah, not the pedophile who got shot. Just these people. Actually, you know what? Hold on. There we go. Fuck, I have to like jump through 50 fucking different hoops. Okay. Yeah, Manhattan DA, because it's on fucking Substack, right? And I don't mind the people that do Substack, but it's a lot more difficult to find a fucking Google link to get to someone's Substack. You know what I mean? Nah, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't even use Substack.
It's like Patreon, but a lot of journalists have gone independent and use it. But the thing is, Google doesn't fucking link you to fucking Substack at all. Like, I mean, yeah, you try. Like, I tried to fucking find this shit. I'm like, I can't fucking locate it
Just use Bing.
because it's reported to fucking Substack. But like, MSM doesn't want to pick up the story because it makes the trial look bad. All right, so Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is being accused of hiding hundreds of pages of exculpatory evidence from the New York grand jury. Now, I don't necessarily, and I'll just be very clear, knowing how grand juries work, I don't know if that's necessarily him acting in a heinous matter, because to me, I know the grand jury is just the prosecutor, ramming down only their side. And, obviously they're not going to talk about things. They're not going to want to show things that don't that don't favor their position. So, yeah, I think it's fucked up, but it's not going to pass in trial is basically what I'm saying. Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett on Hannity on Tuesday night accused Bragg of the prosecutorial misconduct and furthermore called for the disbarment of the attorneys involved in the travesty of justice. Yeah, I mean, of course they're going to say that. Continue reading. I mentioned it yesterday, I think when Bob Costello got into the grand jury room and told them, wait a minute, you don't have the hundreds of pages I handed over to Alvin Bragg over here. You only have 6 cherry-picked documents. Hiding from grand juries exculpatory information is reprehensible and unconscionable, Jarrett said. And the conduct Alvin Bragg and his henchman, Mark Pomerantz, who specifically says in his book, we're targeting zombies because we don't like his beliefs, those guys should face disbarment proceedings. So I don't personally know, because they're saying, oh, it's unconscionable, right? I don't know if that actually means it's illegal, right? Like, I don't know if that actually means it's illegal. And, you can piss and you can complain, but you know that they hate the guy and they're going to be underhanded. So you kind of just have to roll with the fucking punches on it. I mean, it's not right. It definitely doesn't sound right, but it doesn't actually matter. Like, I'm being serious. It doesn't actually matter. You have to roll with the punches on this one. Everything is going to be loaded against Trump. Okay. It's in a place that is like D plus 1,000, and they fucking, it's popular to just go out and talk shit about the guy. Okay, it's a place that absolutely hates his fucking guts. And you're going to get a jury pool of people made up from that location. I think the goal is to just get a heavily biased partisan jury to take a look at Donald Trump and just start screaming guilty, 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 guilty. Like, I'm just, because, and also, let's be real, okay? You live in fucking Manhattan. Think of the social fucking clout of being able to say that you were on the jury that put Donald J. Trump in a fucking prison cell. I get it. I understand it. I think the trial is a fucking joke. Okay? I do. We'll wait and we'll see. But I only think it is because we know that they're using a federal law that has its own statute of limitations on it that you're past. We know that in the state of New York, Class C felony does have a 5-year statute of limitations on it. I don't know if they're going to try to twist it and try to redefine it and try to classify it as something else, but it's literally a Class E felony. All right? It's a Class E felony. And God damn, is it going to be ugly. I think, if I had to be honest, I think they're going to try to rile people up. I think you're going to see, and I already got like a couple of videos that we'll go through, but I think that they're going to try to get people to get violent, throw a punch, say like it doesn't matter if you got hit first, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They'll go up to, like actually
I like how. Did you make the thumbnail or did Aura did?
Aura made the thumbnail. I made a tweet about Obama, and it seems to have upset some people. What?
Yeah, I like how Aura made him a Bloods gang member.
Yeah, no. That's an image I found on Twitter. I sent it to Aura. I was like, "Hey, dude, can you use this?" Okay, let's be real. Okay, hold on. Think about this. Okay, which U.S. president has a hit single? It's Trump. It's Trump. It is Trump. Okay, which U.S. president? Yes. Donald Trump has a hit single under his name because Donald Trump used to be a fucking popular dude, and rappers used to love the guy. Right? He used to be a real one. All right. And on top of that, okay, which U.S. president has, and that we know of, okay, has multiple baby mamas that he got pregnant at the same time?
Oh, let's see here.
It's literally Trump. It's Trump. It's Trump. It is Trump. All right, let's just be real, okay? Donald Trump is the only black president. Oh, man.
And he eats at McDonald's.
Dude, he loves McDonald's. Fucking loves McDonald's. All right, look at this guy, okay? Look at this guy. Does this man look like he would enjoy a Big Mac?
Not really. I mean, Bill Clinton. Yeah, that was the funny thing. Bill Clinton used like his Big Mac meals that he would get like all the time to commune with like the black community and whatnot, like connect with them.
Look, she goes like, just want to point out that my president was not charged with 34 felonies. We keeping good vibes over here.
But he did murder a shit ton of children.
Well, yeah, I said that. Like, yeah, all he did was drone strike children. Like, dude, Obama is a fucking criminal, okay?
Yeah, it's not a crime if you can get away with it.
Yeah, dude, this is
to this person.
That's basically it, okay? Because we also had under Obama's watch, the IRS admitted to targeting conservative groups and penalizing them based on their names. Like and their political affiliation. The IRS came forward and admitted that they were doing that, admitted fault to doing that. That was under Barack Obama. If the IRS under Trump had been going after left-wing groups, specifically for their political affiliation, I know exactly what all of these little brain-rotted bitches would start screaming. That would be proof that he was a fascist, that he was an authoritarian. Obama literally did that. But on top of that, hold on, because Obama gets fucking evil. Okay, we do know that Obama was spying on Trump's fucking campaign, right?
Mm-hmm. Wiretap.
They had fucking wiretapped them. Now, according to the left, that's okay because Donald Trump is a criminal. He's a criminal. So. Yeah. They in their heads, he's the most evil motherfucker on the fucking face of the earth. He's not Dr. Evil, okay? He's not Dr. Evil, all right? Because he's stupider than Dr. Evil to them, all right? But other than that, okay, he's got his like fucking evil fucking lair and he's doing the fucking pinky, and then he's swallowing a fucking Big Mac as he whips a black Secret Service agent. That's Donald Trump to these people. So yes, if he was being wiretapped, it was warranted. He deserved it.
What a fanciful world they live in.
That was under Obama. That was under Obama. Yeah, I saw it, Infinite. That was under Obama. So yes, he did that. But when I talk about evil, okay, to send a message, or at least, let's be real, circumstantial evidence would lead you to this conclusion. There was a terror attack. And then after said terror attack, we killed the person responsible, okay? I believe, like, he wound up dying. But then, all of his children got drone striked. Like immediately after. And it's like a lot of people looked at that.
Sins of the father are passed down to the children.
As the US government sending a message that if you do something like that, we will kill your children. And now
sounds a lot like the cartel.
It's literally the fucking cartel. That's Obama too. Obama is fucking destructive. Obama was happily fucking murders people, happily fucking kills them, doesn't give a shit. Under Obama, and don't get me wrong, again, these are bad people, okay? I'm not like sitting there fucking simping for fucking terrorists, right? They are bad people. But Obama's like the guy who does like heavily evil fucking deeds and then goes, well, ends justified the means. Like, fuck, man. We, under Obama, the U.S. government carried out extrajudicial assassinations of U.S. citizens. They were in the Middle East. They were believed to be terrorists. So Obama authorized their assassination. Now, the reason why that's crazy is a sitting U.S. president does not have the right to authorize the murder of a U.S. citizen. Right? That is crossing every fucking line. And there's reasons why you're not allowed to fucking do shit like that. But again, Obama didn't give a shit. And nobody was going to go after him for it. No one was going to criticize him for it. And so he went ahead and gave himself the authority to do it. Now, the murdering of children, the drone striking of hospitals and shit, yeah, it's way higher under fucking Obama, right? Obama is the king of fucking drone strikes. People in the Middle East, okay, fear this man. Not fucking Trump saying he's gonna fucking ban Muslims. They fear Obama. Fucking drone striking hospitals, hitting schools, nonstop rain of fucking fire, death, and destruction from the sky, Obama. You can say you hate Donald Trump, but to sit there and fucking go, oh, this is my president, like, man, that is you're fucking. See, like, I'm still too early into the stream to really go off, but it is a fucking embarrassment to sit there and declare yourself the fangirl bitch of a literal fucking war criminal. No, is anyone ever going to go after Obama for what he fucking did? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. You would not only have the deranged, dim-witted bitches like Sally Carter over here screaming their heads off, ready to fucking break down in the street if something like that occurred. You would also have the entirety of the media establishment outraged that you would even consider something of that nature.
You know, I got a question, Crow. Why is it the only two options when it comes to Democrats is either to fuck kids or kill them?
Yeah, it's a little fucking weird. It's actually, today I called 50 people fucking pedophiles. Well, because I pissed off a journalist, so he decided to fucking quote tweet me. And, that just led to the fucking dog piling from the fucking pedos. So, hold on. Let me just, we'll take a brief detour for a second. And then we'll jump back into things because we got some videos that I want to show you guys. But let's, here we go. Fucking pedophile fuckers. Actually, I can't even show it. Never mind. I can't even show it because the images in question feature nude adults with children. Okay?
Oh, God.
Yeah, no. It was the fucking Yasha Ali guy, right? because they're pissed off because the Marjorie Taylor Greene person went on 60 Minutes and said every Democrat is a pedophile, and that made a bunch of people like super mad. And so I saw Yasha Ali, and he's like, she made a terrible mistake by just letting her say these things. And so I tweet out those photos from like the 4 biggest drag events that were for children. And like, by the way, there are more, but like these are 4 of the biggest ones. And they're images of adults exposing themselves with kids. Okay. Well, and by events, I mean like highest profile things that occurred with a drag queen that made social fucking media highlight all that shit. One of them is a drag model fully fucking naked with a kid, like fully fucking naked and posing in photographs with a kid. This keeps on fucking happening. These people don't go to fucking prison. They don't get arrested. They're not put on a sex offender registry. Look, I don't fucking care. You want to say, oh, they just want to perform with the children. I don't fucking care. Okay?
This is just like cuties in real life.
If a grown adult whips his dick out with minors present, I expect the fucking cops to drag him away. You want to say, oh, it was a mistake. Okay, then the fucking cops will sort it out. There's a reason why we have those fucking standards. There's a reason why we have those fucking hardcore fucking limits on what we fucking allow. But when it comes to one specific group of people, we just seem to like shut our fucking eyes. Like, no, absolutely fucking not. There's a video going around right now of a 13-year-old drag model, right? And I'm doing like, dude, fucking hardcore, fucking like these, you know,
it's like cuties
shit.
all over.
Yeah,
again.
no, it's there.
Just
Remember
in
how
real
everyone
life.
was disgusted and outraged by fucking cuties, right? Everyone disgusted and outraged said you're a fucking pedophile if you watch the cuties film, okay?
If you like it, even.
The same dances in fucking cuties, okay? Those same fucking performances in cuties that disgusted and outraged everybody are being performed regularly by child drag models. And this isn't a recent thing. This has been going on for fucking years. But it's okay because either they're trans or whatever. It's okay. It's the LGBTQ. That's just what happens in that community. You're a bigot if you're calling it out. Mind you, again, the entire fucking nation, except for fucking what? Vito and Mr. fucking Girl and apparently Sneeko. Except for these 3 brain-damaged idiots. The entire fucking nation looks at that and goes, pedophile, because yes, fucking pedophile. If you're liking that movie, if you enjoy that fucking movie, pedophile. But then, exact same behavior, exact same performances by child drag models. And that's okay. That's okay. Don't, guys, what are you doing? That's okay. That's okay. Fuck off. Clearly you know it's wrong. Obviously you know it's fucking wrong. And you don't want to say anything because you don't want to be called a transphobe. You don't want that fucking community going after you, threatening your fucking kids. I get it. I understand. They're fucking unhinged. But you know it's wrong. You know they're fucking pedophiles when they're sitting there and promoting that shit. And you won't say anything because you're a fucking coward.
You know, it will get to a point, Crow, where one of these drag shows ends up becoming like a mass Rodney King incident where the cops just go in and start beating the fuck out of them. And I could bet you a lot of people will be cheering that on. Not because it's against the LGBTQ, but it's mainly because they're tired of the pedophile shit.
I am guaranteeing you, okay? after what happened in Nashville, when this same community then, promoted itself and sympathized with the child killer. All right. And then many of the social media starlets in that community took to fucking TikTok and shit to make veiled fucking threats about what was going to happen if you didn't support them. I guarantee you, something violent is about to go down. Something very violent is about to happen. I don't know what will start it. I don't know who will throw the first punch. All I do know is something very violent is about to happen because there have been no brakes put on. There has been only encouragement for more. So I don't know what will happen. I don't want to see what is about to happen. But just going by the fact that, I've been alive long enough to see how this shit normally plays out.
Same here.
Something bad, something violent, something nasty is going to go down.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help that there are people who are trying to mend both sides by holding up 7 fingers in a fucking state house of the victims. They're including the shooter. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, like, they're screaming around the state house. Like, that's the thing. They storm the state house and they go, "Oh, it's about gun rights. It's about it's about gun control. We want to stop people from owning these weapons of war." But then they're in the Capitol screaming, "Protect trans kids." It's about the trans legislation. They're just hiding behind the fact that one of their own went insane and shot a bunch of children. So they're hiding behind that fact to say, "Oh, it's about gun control." Actually, protect trans kids, protect trans rights. You're erasing trans people. That's what it's actually about. It's about us. Fuck off, man. It actually, like, I'm not kidding. Okay, look, you want to do that shit. You want to fight for your community. I get it. I understand it. But can you imagine the level of fucking outrage? Can you imagine the violence that would have happened if after a terror attack, a bunch of Muslims came out and said, "This is about us. Protect Muslims. Muslim rights, everybody. Muslim rights, everyone. And let's raise money for the Muslims." Like, I'm not kidding. Okay? If after a fucking terror attack, you had a group of Muslims doing that shit, they'd probably get their asses beat in public.
Well, they were already getting their asses beat for the stories of them celebrating and eating cake and shit that were never really proven.
Yeah, no, that's true, okay? That's true. After the 9/11 terror attacks, a bunch of these same fucking media outlets decided to just run these unhinged fucking lies that Muslims were out there buying fucking cakes and throwing fucking parties. And actual violence happened to the Muslim community. Meanwhile, today, you had a trans terror attack, okay? Murdered children, specifically because they were Christian. And then that same community sympathizes with the fucking child killer, storms the state capitol, lies, outright fucking lies that it's about gun control and gun violence, and then gets in the Capitol and starts screaming for trans rights. I don't even know how you justify doing that shit.
Well, they
It
tried.
was about both. It was about both. But really, it's about how they're erasing trans people. We're the most vulnerable community, the least visible community. We're so We're so invisible. We just snuck into the fucking Capitol.
One of the tweets or articles I had seen about this, where they were trying to say, like, if only they hadn't done this, they would have been a wonderful artist. I'm like, God damn it, they make me want to make a fucking Hitler comparison.
Yeah, that was great, right? They had the art of a child. That's why they murdered the kids first.
Hitler had the painting skills of a child.
It's so awful. It's so nasty. It's so disgusting. And this problem, from what I can see, comes from. Oh, it's my dog. Sorry. The problem seems to come from the fact that they don't know how to excise their bad. They don't. They embrace the nasty, the violent, and the criminally insane with open fucking arms if they're trans. And it leads to some of the nastiest shit coming out. And these people will fucking defend it. Right? Like, how many people, bro, I don't know how to say this, okay? But we know that after it happened, there were people tweeting about, oh, I wish they had gotten more. We saw that shit. It does exist. It does. And I'm not saying that represents the entire community. What I am saying is when that shit fucking happens and these little fucking losers start showing up and saying that shit, the rest of the trans community is fucking dead ass silent. Until they started opening their mouths and making it about them. Raising multiple fundraisers for them. Listen, I get it. Fight for your fucking community. But one of yours literally murdered a bunch of Christian kids. Maybe for a fucking second, you sit there and you raise money for the dead children. For the families that were just ripped apart. Maybe just consider doing that. Because they just lost their kids. But instead, you've turned this entire conversation into how trans people are the most affected. More affected than the parents of the dead kids. I don't even know what to say. Because, I saw this video, and it's from one of the Uvalde parents, right? And he's making a video about gun control and how this is always happening. I said, look, man, I don't care anymore. You want to start making about fucking politics? I don't care, right? You're not the fucking expert. If you had a fucking gun, you would have been the first man in that fucking building.
That's the thing. Is the thing that they could have done.
Hold on, just be clear, because some people are like, you don't know that. Yeah, I do, because the cops refused to go into the fucking building with their guns. So yes, that man, if he had the chance, would have fucking done it.
Yeah.
And I would have fully supported him doing it, because you can't always rely on the police. Clearly, Uvalde should have shown you that. Actually, it's insane to me. That we still run back to this fucking idiotic fucking argument that we're just ban guns and that we'll remove all guns. Bro, Japan, okay? Literally Japan. Some dude in a country with the strictest, the most strict fucking gun laws, okay? Some dude takes scrap, garbage, trash, and hand builds his own gun and assassinates the fucking prime minister in broad fucking daylight. And yet we're still under this idea that we can just ban all guns and all bad things will go away forever. Fucking brain damage.
Yeah, it's like ban all explosives, but someone has an engineering background, say, I don't know, the Unabomber, and comes up with postal bombs.
Right? Obviously. Now, here's my problem. We got all these people that go mass shootings are on the rise. This happens all the time. It's no. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Mass shootings in the United States are 3 people or more were hit by a bullet. That could mean a literal gang violence. Domestic violence, right? And I'm not saying these are good things, mind you, okay? Gang violence.
Hell, it could be a literal ricochet.
Armed robbery. Yeah. Stray fucking bullet. Hits somebody fucking random.
And then they're counted among the casualties, and then, mass shooting.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying. It's not the case that you have a bunch of people going to soft targets like a mall, like a school. These are much fewer. And what we should be doing is looking into why that person committed the crime so we can stop it from happening again. Instead, these brain damaged assholes scream and scream and demand that you ban all fucking guns. Sorry. No, only the weapons of war. Only the weapons of war. And then they cite the mass shooting numbers where the majority are fucking handguns. I don't know.
Well,
what
I mean,
say.
to be fair, Crow,
I literally don't know what to fucking say at this point.
soldiers do carry a sidearm, and that's usually a pistol, so it is technically a weapon of war.
Yeah, look, I get it. I do. I get it. But look at how they do it in fucking Canada, because I see people in the chat talking about fucking Canada, right? how many same idiots who sit there and demand fucking... I know they're going to say, oh, these are totally unrelated. No, it's just explaining why these people are brain-rotted bitches, okay? It's the level of fucking stupidity that permeates every fucking thing that they fucking say. And you know what? Stupid people exist, and I've done some dumb shit. I get it. But it's the stupidity combined with the level of fucking narcissistic arrogance. It's a combo of sheer stupid. So, when I talk about like gun control, and I shift it to how these people, jerk themselves off to the idea of how great fucking Canada does it. Yeah. Canada is literally at the point where they are choosing to murder their citizens instead of treating them, because yes, resources are finite. You cannot actually force a doctor to work for fucking free. Idiots. Fucking idiots. Do I think healthcare professionals in the United States are overpaid? Yeah, sure. Well, 100%. Right? Absolutely. I'll give you that. Do I think that you can somehow be a nation that screams fat fucking phobia because you keep fucking shoving Twinkies down your throat and you don't like being judged for it? This same nation that is at the point where we literally promote obesity, okay? It's not a joke. We do. We promote obesity in the United States. We do. And we shame people for saying it's bad and unhealthy. We do. This same nation then sits there and demands that we provide free fucking healthcare when the number one killer in the United States is fucking heart disease. Heart disease. From things like, high cholesterol, diabetes, not cancer, not something that we could actually, that we can actually not prevent, right? Not something like that. No, fucking heart disease because we're too fucking fat. We are the fattest, most obese fucking nation, and we're also demanding free fucking healthcare.
Well, we're the laziest nation. I mean, remember when Prohibition happened?
That
wasn't even enforced.
And the laziest. The fattest and the laziest. That is the United States. And we demand free healthcare on top of it. Fucking disgusting and pathetic. Embarrassments. Oh, but for Sweden or something, in the UK, yes, other nations that are mostly homogenous.
Yeah, that usually have a size 28 waistline, not a size 54.
Much thinner, substantially skinnier, far more healthy. That's who we're going to compare ourselves to when we demand free healthcare. Fucking embarrassing. Because on top of being lazy, you're also fucking stupid. It's both, okay? If it was one or the other, yeah, I get it. It happens. Shit happens. But it's a compounding of all of these pathetic fucking traits that line up together and almost always represent the fucking left. Oh, but the right has fucking hillbillies and rednecks. Man, I trust a fucking hillbilly over you fuckers. And that's with me being freaked out by the fucking movie Deliverance or whatever the fuck that one with the fucking piggy is. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Right, Gigi? Oh shit! I scared him away. I really need to read my private chat when he says he's going to the bathroom. Okay, so listen. Do I honestly think that any U.S. president is a fucking hero? No, obviously not. I think it's a little embarrassing when you dick ride anyone, no matter how good they do. It's always a little embarrassing when someone keeps dick riding somebody else. But to do it to fucking a guy like Obama, man, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Okay, so I don't want to detour too much. I want to stay on topic for tonight, but I have to save this for later. I'll just have to save it for the end because there's no way I can fit it in. Okay. So let me, because we've been talking for about an hour. Let me go right over to an article. So this is the headline here, but it's pretty much accurate. Trump to be formally arrested and charged with 34 Class E felonies for falsification of business records tomorrow, but he will not be handcuffed, placed in a jail cell, or subjugated to a mugshot, per a source debriefed on Tuesday's procedures. I agree with this idea and this notion that nobody is above the law, except for the fact that we know for a fucking fact people are above the law. Okay? I'm not saying Donald Trump. No, I'm talking about the fucking Epstein client list. We have that. The government has that. Our law enforcement agencies own it. We do. We know exactly who did it. And nobody has been arrested for it. You can, don't get me wrong. I get it. Oh, that's unrelated. Shut the fuck up. My point is, people are clearly above the fucking law in the United States. Obviously, we know that for a fucking fact. That we have the fucking client list. We have the fucking business records. We can see I'm sorry. Our law enforcement, our federal fucking law enforcement can literally track who paid for fucking what. And yet, nobody has been arrested. Nobody. Not a single one fucking person. We have somebody charged for sex trafficking, and we can't actually state who was trafficked to fucking who. It's nuts. It's crazy. And my point is, you cannot argue that we live in a nation where nobody's above the law. You don't support that? What's wrong with you? I just live in fucking reality.
Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton.
I'm not even talking about that.
George W. Bush.
No, stop. Because that's the moment you say Hillary Clinton, she gave you Clinton, but Hillary Clinton has admitted to campaign finance fraud. Okay, Hillary Clinton's campaign paid for that fucking Steele dossier. They misused campaign funds to do it. They've admitted to doing it. They paid $100,000 fucking fine, and that was fucking it.
Yeah, we don't see crowds of people going and say Hillary.
Listen, it does. My point is, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? Because you can say all of that, and they'll just scream, "Yeah, say nothing wrong." So fucking Clintons, are you high? Are you fucking high? God damn. Idiots. So anyways, you don't even need to say them. Literally the fucking Epstein client list. We know who went to the fucking island. We have the fucking flight records, and we can, and our law enforcement, sorry, not we, our federal law enforcement, because they own it.
Yeah.
Can tell you who paid for what and when they paid for it.
Yeah, like the creator of Futurama and The Simpsons, Matt Groening.
So
he was on the flight list.
So we do have a very high tier elite. And don't get me wrong, not everybody on that list has that fucking power. The problem is the people who do have the power are on the fucking list and they're protecting everybody else. So you can't sit there and then tell me that somehow I am just anti-American when I point out how fucking bonkers and ridiculous it is that instead of going after those people, okay, we have a state fucking case of Class E fucking felonies well past the statute of limitations, but also based on federal fucking laws that you're also past the statute of limitations on. That's nuts. That's insane to me.
I think
But
child
it's
abduction is one of those laws that doesn't have a statute of limits.
Hold on. The reason why it's nuts to me, okay, is the same people, okay, supporting this shit have zip all no fucking words for the Epstein client list. Other than to say Trump was on that too, so he should definitely go to prison double twice. Brain damaged, stupid, idiotic fucking people. Stupid, brain damaged, idiotic people. That's who supports that shit. Because they fall for it all. In 2015, before the man even went to fucking take office, there were calls for his fucking impeachment. And throughout the first 2 to 3 years of his fucking presidency, pretty much up until the fucking end, these same people screamed that he had stolen the election, that he had stolen it. And yeah, it was stupid. It was. But stupid people exist. So here we are, okay? Here we are. And when we and like Gigi, because I think you're about to say, there are felonies that go past the 5-year, right? There are. Class A felony, for instance. Child sex abuse, for instance. But that's not what he's being accused of. Class E fucking felony. Falsification of business records.
I'm just saying, like, the whole Epstein flight logs and nonsense, that's all should be under the Class A felony.
Well, yeah, and my point is that the Epstein stuff, yeah, that's more of a federal thing, right? And this is a state thing. My point is the same people on fucking social media jerking themselves off to this news literally don't give a shit about the Epstein flight logs, other than to say Donald Trump was on those too. That's it. No, don't take them seriously when they tell you they actually care. They fucking don't. It's evidenced by their fucking actions. Okay, for instance, okay, the whole child drag stuff, okay, that Marjorie Taylor Greene person says that all the Democrats are fucking pedophiles. I tweeted at a fucking journalist, and I'm like, yes, every fucking Democrat has defended shit like this. And I posted the photos of the biggest child drag events, okay? High profile shit that was defended by just about everybody on the fucking left. Because if you objected to it, that meant you were a fucking right-wing transphobe. So yes, literally everybody on the fucking left. And the replies I got to it, not a single fucking one of them actually, sorry, I take that back. After a little bit of back and forth, 2 people condemned it. 2 people said it was bad. Now, they had their caveats. And everybody else could not take issue with it. Either the images were fake, the real issue was posting the images, or there was nothing wrong with what was shown there. The parents were okay with it, and you know, they weren't totally nude. Yes, their dick was exposed, but that's just because they had a penis and they spread their legs in a dress. If a woman had done that, you wouldn't say that she was exposing herself because, you know, she didn't have a penis that the children could fucking see. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding.
Well, she'd have a bush.
I'm not even making that shit up. Others then spammed me with, oh, look at these right-wing people who have been arrested. And I was like, yeah, good. They've been fucking arrested. I hope they get anally raped in prison because they're fucking pedophiles. But not a single word of fucking condemnation for the nude adults engaged in sexual displays in front of fucking children. Not a single fucking word for that. No smoke. They don't actually care. They don't. They don't give a shit. If a child is being fucked in front of them, the first thing out of their fucking mouth, is that a conservative or one of us? First thing. Terrified because they don't know. They don't know if they should condemn it or should defend it because, you know, is it one of us or is it one of them? I don't give a shit. Send them all to fucking prison. Actually, I've said it in much further detail, but I personally call it the rusty fork treatment. Use your imagination to figure out what I fucking mean by that. And me personally, I don't care if it was Donald Trump or Joe Biden. If they were touching a child, rusty fork treatment. 100%. I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. I don't care what the repercussions are after the fact. If I was in the room and I had a rusty fucking fork and they were a fucking pedophile. That's it. That's all. Doesn't matter who it is.
I was going to say, if you were running a prison, Crow, you'd be the warden that would give, like, the person who shanked a pedophile 5 extra years, but with extra benefits.
No, I would campaign for their early release. I would. I'm not even gonna lie. You shank a fucking pedo in prison, I think, you know what? You're doing God's work. Oh no, don't say that. In fucking Minecraft then. Fuck you, YouTube.
Well, I was going to say, like, back to the whole flight list thing. People went back in the episodes of South Park to that one where the kids were shown pictures of women and whatnot.
Yeah.
The sexual therapy one where Barack Obama is sending out SEAL Team 6 to get rid of the alien that's causing all these, like, rich people to have affairs and shit.
Yeah.
Almost everyone in that fucking room with the sex therapist was on the flight list. All the caricatures of real people. It was fucking hilarious.
I'm telling you, dude, Matt Stone and Cherry Parker, they know what's going on. And they'll hint it. Right. Actually, you know, honestly, a lot of these comedians, I don't know if it's they found out about it or, you know, just somebody eventually let it slip to them. But remember when
Family Guy?
Yeah, Family Guy. You had the Stewie episode where he like runs out of the basement naked.
No, he runs in the mall naked. He's like, "Help me! I've escaped from Kevin Spacey's basement."
Yeah, it's like, dude, he knew, he fucking knew, and it's like, man, like these are not like these are secrets that all of these people know about. These are secrets that all of these fucking people know about. So no, man, you're not going to convince me, and I'm not even lying. You're not going to convince me that you actually give a shit about fucking anything at all, at fucking all. When the only time I've heard you assholes bring up the fucking Epstein client list, of which nobody on that fucking list has been arrested. The only time these idiots bring it up is to scream, yeah, Donald Trump was Epstein's friend, so that means you want Donald Trump to go to prison. Ha ha, I win. Ha ha, ha ha. Fucking Christ, I swear to God, these people, there's nothing up there other than contempt and hatred for the other side. And when they get caught doing the same shit, they'll spiral and they'll defend it and they won't fucking care. And when I say they get caught, I'm talking about when one of their fucking politicians gets caught. They'll defend. Run to the defense. It's okay. It's not actually that, Oh, you don't understand the context now. Context matters all of a sudden. What's the context? Well, actually, they totally did say it. But, you know, Donald Trump. Fucking Christ. I swear to God. Brains only go in one fucking motion. Fucking hell. Okay, so anyways, let's I said I was going to show you guys some videos, but before that, I do think this is kind of stupid. I do. Okay? I do. But somebody leaked the indictments to the media, who then reported on the story. Now, in the state of New York, that's an actual felony. You cannot do that. That is a felony. Okay? The reason why, all right, is you don't want to taint public perception of what is going on. You want it to be a fair trial. You don't want it getting out there early to a potential jury pool. But that's the thing. They want the jury pool to know it's Donald Trump who is going to be fucking indicted. They want them to know how many fucking charges they've got against him. And they want to get them hyped up and fucking ready to show up for trial. They want a tainted fucking jury. Because why wouldn't they? The entire area hates that man's orange fucking face. We know it. We all fucking know it. Talk to one of these people. Like I'm not even kidding. Talk to one of these people. See how instantly fucking snarky and stupid they will get. How they will hype themselves up that this is all happening, and then tell me that they wouldn't. They wouldn't fucking kill to be on that jury and get to say, we find Donald J. Trump guilty. That was me. Yeah, we know. We get it. We do. Like, that's who they are.
It's like the reverse of the OJ nonsense. They wanted to get on the jury just because of the spectacle or to declare him not guilty.
Yeah. Look, it's the opposite of that, okay? Because this isn't an area that likes the guy. This is an area that literally thinks he's Hitler. Literally thinks he's Hitler. And you talk to a random person on the street, I guarantee you, they will give you a long-winded speech about how Donald Trump is the most evil of evil criminals. What did he actually do? Oh, he's evil. Fucking stupid, I swear to God. And I'm not saying that they can't name one thing that they can actually say against him. I'm just saying that realistically, you go long enough, it's going to develop. It's like it will devolve into fucking sheer stupidity. It will. There's nothing behind it other than hatred and contempt. But yes, somebody did choose to go out there and preemptively leak what was happening. All right. I don't know who did it. I don't necessarily think it's the Alvin Bragg guy. I don't. But I definitely think it's somebody in that fucking office who doesn't give a shit. And yes, they have committed a felony and they should be charged. Right? Do I think it's the biggest story going on right now? No, I really don't, because we all kind of knew it was going to happen. Like that's the best way I can put it. We all pretty much knew it was going to happen. So,
and Crow, that's a pretty short list of how those documents are passed around and where they go to.
I know. Look, I get it. Likely, it is probably going to be Alvin Bragg involved in some way, shape, or form. Because again, you can't necessarily prove it. He's not going to investigate himself. Who's going to try that fucking case against the district attorney? Yeah, look, he's protected. So yes, he'll do it. It doesn't matter. He'll be protected. Nothing bad will happen to him. And again, it only increases the likelihood that he will be able to actually put Donald Trump behind bars. That is all. So let's talk about what's going on now. Black woman pushes back a masked white leftist protester confronting Trump supporters outside Trump Tower in Manhattan. Okay, I'll play the video, but before then, Here's what happened moments before the incident escalated. The woman who's against Trump started honking a horn in the Trump supporter's face. And for context, the max leftist was blowing horns in people's faces. I think it's the exact same clip, but let's see where it starts. Why is she dressed like a fucking clown?
I have no idea.
You know, my thing is, and I see like when it happens with the Billboard Chris guy, right? If you want to walk, Billboard Chris is the guy that got assaulted in Vancouver by a group of trans activists. Trans people.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Fucking twice in front of the cops, one of whom was laughing the entire time as it went down. And then after the fact, when she was being filmed and recorded and being asked about it, she starts lying and saying that he was inciting them by screaming at them. Like fucking, like absolute bitch. Like 100% absolute bitch. But if you want to walk up to a group of people that are protesting or that are there to show support, whatever you want to call it. If you want to walk up to that group to talk or to speak, and they are acting out against you, yeah. I mean, I think that they're at fault 100%. However, you walk up in a fucking clown suit and you start honking a horn in their fucking face, right? Like, to me, then I like, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't really care what happens next. I really don't. I honestly don't. Man, like, because you know, I was just raised different, okay? Like, in the Middle East, and I'm not kidding, in the Middle East, you act like this, like you're disrespectful towards somebody else, bro, they'll hit you. They're gonna call the fucking cops. Right? Like, you go up to a dude and you start honking a horn in his fucking face, he's gonna grab it, smash it with his fucking foot, and sucker punch you. When I say sucker punch, it's probably because you're gonna be too fucking stupid to realize you're about to get hit. Middle East is different.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about Afghanistan. You fucking racist. I'm talking about like Jordan. Okay?
Yeah.
Jordan, which is heavily fucking westernized. They'll beat the fucking shit out of you if you start pulling that crap. So look, you want to go around and instigate people and start shit. Okay? By honking horns in people's faces. So that you just for the sake of being loud and fucking noisy. Honking it directly in their fucking face. I personally admit it's hard for me to fucking care. Now,
yeah, I mean,
if you just want to walk through an area and you don't support what they support, so they attack you, that's different. The problem with these people is they don't see any difference.
Yeah,
they really don't.
You can't get away with the excuse for just like small shit. Oh, it's just a prank, bro.
They try that.
But like, I mean, someone should start like a fucking YouTube channel, fly to Jordan or wherever in the Middle East, and start like pranking random citizens and see how well that turns out.
Well, yeah, I've said this before. It's the bully tactic. Okay, I went to school. Okay, I got bullied in school. All right, you know what the bullies like to fucking do? They like to go up to you, right? Scream, shout. Anytime you speak, cut you fucking off, stand in front of you. And if you push past them, you touch them, you do anything other than stand there and fucking take the abuse, they'll immediately swing and say, you touch them first, you hit them first. It's a typical fucking tactic from fucking bullies. So to see people on the left adopt it, embrace it, and do it so shamelessly that it's so fucking obvious, and they'll still fucking sit there and go, yeah, you touched him first, you started, you deserved it. Man, it's not right-wing fucking transphobes, it's not right-wing fucking bigots, it's not MAGA Trump supporters. No, It's regular fucking people who are looking at you and going like, you clearly started it. You obviously started it. You obviously wanted shit. You got shit, and now you want me to feel sorry for you. It plays up to your fucking side because your fucking side wants to be like wants it to happen. So when you do it, they'll sit there, they'll defend you, and then everybody else gets to look at you fucking lunatics and go like, you're clearly fucking lying. But you feel justified in doing it because it's Donald Trump, or it's a fucking transphobe, or it's some other fucking reason why they're a fucking other and not part of your fucking group. Anyways.
Oh, you broke your shit.
That's actually funny. That's actually funny. She dropped her fucking horn. I think
Yeah,
this
That makes no sense. That literally it's illogical.
Now, here's the thing that's crazy to me, right? And look, I look at what they're doing, and I'm like, look, man, you want to keep that up eventually. I again, personally, I just don't care. Okay. I really just don't care if someone bumps into you and pushes you. Like, you clearly want to instigate and start shit. That's what you're there for. You know, the cops are there. You want to instigate something. You want to start something. You want them to fucking do something. I get it. I've seen it. You're a fucking bully. That's how bullies behave. Now, here's the problem, okay? Because I just saw the Vancouver stuff. Because I said that, the flip side will be, well, then you showing up with a sign is instigation, and you're trying to, and I go like, hey, dude, if someone's walking up to you, blasting a fucking horn in your face, screaming at you, no, you're clearly instigating something. You're clearly the fucking bully. If you don't like somebody and they show up and they start talking, you don't like what they're saying, bro, like, no, you don't walk up to them and start attacking them. Now, what's crazy is this bitch is blasting a horn in everyone's face, and I don't see them surrounding her. I don't see them crowding up on her. I don't see them trying to knock the fucking horn out of her hand. I don't see them trying to rip her fucking mask off. They're just annoyed. They're just annoyed, and they're going like, who the fuck is this idiot? That's about it. I don't even see anybody like shouting her down or getting in her face. I gotta play the fuck. Here's the crazy thing, okay? This is how they behave. This is how they behave when they approach a group, okay? I want you to see how they behave when they're with a group, because that's where all the fucking bravado comes in. I get it. I do. I say that. They go, these are two different groups. These are different protests. Nah, all you fucking lefties are the fucking same. Any country you go to, you are the same. You are fucking deranged, psychotic, evil fucking people, and you behave fucking violently at a moment's fucking notice. You can say I'm wrong. You say I'm generalizing. I'm sorry, but it keeps on fucking happening. At a certain point, just own it. You're violent. You're mean. You're nasty. You're brutal. You lie. You do it all over the place. You do it all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time, Crow, that you heard of a right-wing communist?
Here, hold on. Yeah, look. There are some like right-wing people that are fucking like straight up anarchist. Okay, when I say they're right-wing, I mean like
I said communist, but
I know. You don't really see
it was a joke.
Communist. I just, what my point is, I see people on the right, and they're not like they're clearly more on the how do you say it? Super small, libertarian. Okay, sorry, like ANCAP fucking libertarian. right? Like those people, I get it. Like I don't agree with them for the most part. Like like when I say for the most part, I mean like they go way too far. Like they go way too fucking far. Because I do think people are bad. I think people are kind of fucking evil. I think without structure, the bad parts of humanity will rule. Like that's 100%. But also like fuck, man. I'm like okay. I gotta share this video because I'm drifting off, and you gotta watch this shit. This is how they behave when you just stand there nearby them talking, not honking a horn.
They're getting that kind of representation. I mean, it's clearly was aggressive violence.
You suck. You suck. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not wanted. Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking.
I don't know
idiot.
what to say.
Fuck
I guess
you.
these police officers
Fuck
are mostly
you
indoctrinated as well. They're
Fuck
afraid of the mob.
Because you're a
I
fucking
think
idiot.
I think they're afraid that if they do anything to actually keep law and order, that they'll end up being on the end of this verbal abuse.
Do you see the difference between trans activists, right? Lefty
one's a
fucking
broken
losers.
record.
No, I'm just saying. Do you see the difference between people on the left, okay? And mind you, I'm reminding everyone, okay? Before this took place, this same group of people already assaulted him. He's already got a cut on his nose. The cops were already notified, and the cop that they reported it to is in the crowd watching this, laughing. Then you look at the fucking Trump supporters who are standing there as someone in a fucking clown suit walks up to them honking a fucking horn in their face. Do you see that?
That was a clown suit?
That's a fucking clown suit.
It just looked like a rain tarp.
Nope, yeah, because they're bloated, but it's a fucking clown suit. But you get what I mean, right? The Trump supporters, those evil, violent MAGA people, do not act this way when they see one person disagreeing with them, coming up to them and acting like a fucking clown. Meanwhile, the fucking loser fucking lefties see a guy standing there with a fucking sign and they surround him. They start closing in on him. They start screaming in his face, fuck you. This is the difference. This is how they expect to be treated versus how they expect to treat you. And it quickly gets violent. Again.
So it's just cowardice from everybody all around.
Fuck you.
People probably want to know, how do you keep your composure?
Fuck you.
What's that?
How do you keep your composure?
Fuck you. 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 Hey, get the fucking head up there.
Yeah, you see the female officer, okay, behind the bald one.
You mean in front?
Yeah, here, right here. I don't know if you see my mouse.
That was the one that was laughing?
Yeah, the entire time. The entire fucking time. Like, there are other angles of this, and people have zoomed in on her, and you can see her grinning and laughing along with it. So, this is what I mean, okay? They act like it's like the right-wing people who keep getting violent, and they're nasty, and they're about to go and riot and destroy shit. And it's like, man, this is what happens when a quote-unquote transphobe shows up, doesn't raise their voice, doesn't get violent, just stands still. That's what happens. When it's a fucking loser, fucking nobody in a fucking clown suit, honking a fucking horn, trying to shout in people's faces, nothing happens. The fucking Trump supporters don't react. I mean, not nothing like this shit. Nothing like this shit. But it's okay. These are two different things. They're totally unrelated, you know, other than the fact that, you know, again, this is just how the left wing has become. So let's see how this results. Okay. Now, again, This is separated. I don't know what goes on in between these moments, but yeah, there you go. There you go. Somebody honked a horn in her face. Multiple times. Same person who walked up to this group honking a horn in their faces. All right. Didn't stop, kept doing it. This guy honks a horn in her face. Very first thing she does is go to grab it and take it out of his hands. Twice.
Well, I mean, Crow, the argument that they're going to use is quite obvious. He's using an air horn while she's using a squeaky one.
It doesn't matter. Like,
well, one can cause ear damage, Crow.
Well, you know, these people show up to the protest using the air horns too. Like,
oh, yeah.
I think all of these Trump supporters should have a fucking air horn on them. And I'm not kidding, because that's the shit these people do. Start doing it to them. Start doing it to them. Be with your group. Don't raise your hands up. Pull out the air horn. Blast it in their fucking ears.
Well,
I'm not kidding. I'm not even fucking kidding. Okay.
Well, Crow, they're already blind, deaf, and dumb already.
That's what they do. Okay. We've watched how they behave. We watch how they treat people that they don't like. They get violent though. So you know what? Stop there. Everything else they do, engage in it. Get fucking paint. Get fucking liquids, get fucking bottles, and spray them. Use the air horn. Get some fucking eggs. Get some rotten fucking tomatoes. Get some milkshakes.
Get a fire hose and turn the water on.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Go down to the fucking McDonald's, the fucking Burger King, the closest one you can find, and order a fuck ton of fucking milkshakes. No, stop complaining about it. Stop complaining about it. Stop complaining about it. I'm not kidding. Stop complaining about it. Stop complaining about their fucking tactics. Adopt their fucking tactics. Start showing up in full black with fucking masks on. And they can all say Donald fucking Trump. Make sure that nobody can fucking identify you. Because that's what they do.
Just think of the mass confusion.
Stop complaining about it. Stop complaining about it. Adopt their fucking tactics. Because here's the problem, okay? Every time Antifa, for instance, okay, and you know that they show up to this shit, anytime they've engaged in levels of violence, because they're wearing black and they're all wearing masks, oh, the cops can never identify a single fucking person. Okay, I'm not kidding. Start doing the same thing. Because eventually law enforcement's going to figure out a way around that, and they can no longer use the excuse for your fucking enemies. So start adopting the fucking tactics. Wait for them to figure out ways of stopping you from using their tactics, and then do that to them. Keep doing what they do to you to them. They use air horns, use air horns. They throw paint, throw paint. They throw milkshakes, toss them in their face. Stop just short of hitting them, though. And if they hit you, well, sure, defend yourself. But at this point, man, I'm done hearing people on the right complain about people on the left. I'm sick and tired of hearing people on the right complain that the cops won't do anything. You know what the rules are now. Adapt. Figure out the game. I get it's politics, I do, but the saying, don't hate the player, hate the fucking game, has never been more fucking evident. Stop complaining. You know why they don't get punished by the cops. And it's not just, because the cops take their side. Yeah, 100%. The cops don't want to be the next target. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. They don't want the protests going to their fucking precinct, fucking firebombing them, which these people have done.
Well, that's the thing, Crow. Like, cops have the ability and the legality to return fire, so.
But the cops won't do it because the problem is the politics in New York City, the people in charge of the cops know what to say, okay? They know what to say. But not to delve too much deeper into it, my point is, if you're in New York City, okay, and you see this shit's going on, right? Look at every single protest. Sorry, look at every single mostly peaceful protest that they've engaged in. Okay, you don't need to start destroying buildings. All right, you don't need to do any of that shit. I'm not suggesting you do any of that crap. Okay, because it's not okay when they did it. It really wasn't okay when they did it. And when you do it, they'll throw the book at you. They will 100% throw the book at you. But look at how they've counter protested you in the past. Look at how they've engaged when you show up to anything. They bring their air horns. They start throwing chemicals, other liquids at you. Do the same thing to them. Do the exact same thing to them. Keep your fucking faces covered when you do it.
Yeah, get a fire hose, hook it up to a hydrant, and turn the fucking water on.
If they can find a fucking class Z misdemeanor fucking thing to throw in your face, they will. So start wearing a fucking mask when you go out. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. We've seen it happen over and fucking over again. We've seen fucking rioters face zero penalty, even when people have literally wound up fucking dead from it. No penalty.
Speaking of which, Crow, since we're talking about NYC and the police, I put something in the group chat that you might want to take a look at. It's pretty ridiculous what cops are doing now over there.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, all right. I'll play it after this. But, like, dude, look at this shit, okay? Look at this shit. The moment somebody pulled an air horn out on her, she got physical. The moment this dude pulled the air horn on her, she got physical. How many times have we seen people on the left pull that shit out? Blasted in people's faces. How many times have we seen like someone on the right talking to somebody, right? Doing like a street interview, and all of a sudden they show up and start screaming and shouting? How many times have they pull that fucking air horn and start blasting them? Turn up music so you can't hear anything. Do it back to them. Play, and I'm not fucking kidding. You really want to fucking start pissing them off? Play Achy Breaky Fucking Heart. It's the worst fucking redneck ass country song, period. Blast it nonstop in fucking Manhattan. Do square dancing. I'm not kidding. You think it's like fucking corny and shit? That's what these people will rip off their shirts, get on the floor, and start eating dirt and be praised for it. So fuck off. Who cares? Be loud, be annoying, be disruptive. When they try to annoy you, start learning how to do it back to them. Oh, Billy Ray fucking Cyrus. Yeah, why not that? Why not that? Well, I'm not kidding. That's the problem, okay? Yes, do they go too far? Yes, do they violate the law? Absolutely, 100%, sweetie. I get it. I do, Buttercup. It's okay. But you can't keep complaining about it. You know what the fucking rules are. You know what the fucking rules are. Stop complaining. You have an unfair you have an unfair disadvantage. They have privilege over you.
You know, Crow?
Yeah.
We should probably refer to these fat leftists as buff.
Fuck, man.
Do you know what it stands for?
Please tell me.
Okay, it was a nickname for the B-52. When the soldiers first saw it, they called it a big, ugly, fat fuck.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, B-U-F-F, buff.
Oh, gosh, that's actually kind of perfect. Just like say, oh, man, you're looking pretty buff. But no, but you got to type it like this. Yeah, man, you look really buff. Hold on. You got to type it like this / this. Yeah, you got to make it clear. It's an acronym. All right. Make it very clear. It's a fucking acronym. But just leave it at that. All right. Sarcastic as shit. That's the way that you. Okay. I don't want to teach people how to troll people.
Because I mean, they're already saying
fuck
like
off,
working
go
out in a gym doesn't do anything for you mentally wise and shit like that. So we might as well just refer to them as buff.
Oh man,
It fits all the parameters of their stupid theology.
It does, and it makes them feel good about themselves. They're like, "Oh, he's complimenting me." And then a week later, when they figure it out, they're just like, "Oh, man. Okay, dude. Yeah, no, I get it. But like, honestly, this shit's hilarious. Okay, this shit is fucking hilarious. This woman who wanted to be nasty and annoying and disruptive and literally show up like a fucking clown. The minute this dude returned fire in a similar manner, she got pissy and tried to grab it out of his hands.
No, that's my horn.
Yeah. The shit that they do would annoy them more than it does you. They can't, I'm not kidding. These people do not look at other human beings as individuals. They do not think you are capable of any other thought other than you're evil and they're just the bestest, most special person ever. What they do to you, the annoying fucking garbage that they do to you, it annoys them more than anything else. If it's done to them, if they're the ones doing it, then it's totally okay. So stop complaining about it. Grab your fucking air horns, every single one of you with your fucking air horns, and start using them. Start using them. Don't need to raise your hands. I'm not even kidding, okay? What would this clown bitch do to this old ass guy when she goes running up and he just goes bop and pops it off right in her ears? Bop, 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 go bopping, bop yourself, you bopping bitch. No, it's annoying. When you're trying to do anything and you hear that thing going off in your fucking ear. So keep doing it. That's all I have to say about that shit. Let's keep watching the video because this lady is like, fuck you, clown, and goes to start. Because again, Bozo the bitch clown got physical first. Bozo the bitch clown several times laid her hands on another person who this woman clearly knows. So she goes to defend her friend. Do it. Yeah, look.
Don't like that. Get your shit away from people's heads. Don't. Get your shit away from people's heads. Get your shit away from people's heads.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't do exactly what I keep doing to you. Because it makes me mad.
I thought I heard in the clip there.
You don't get to do it to me. Huh?
I said I thought I heard in the clip there the person wearing the clown mask call her a chimp.
I really hope that's not true. Hold on, I'll stop talking. Let me hear it again. I don't think that.
Back it up like about right here. Yeah.
Right here.
Get your shit away from people's heads. Don't. Get your shit away from people's heads. Get your shit away from people's heads.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
No.
I can hear chimp on my end. I don't know why.
Somebody in the background says something, and I think maybe you're mishearing it.
That or the recording's kind of fucked just from the one microphone.
Yeah, that's true. But when that part comes in, it's slightly louder than the clown bitch. No, I'm being serious though. It really is. It's slightly louder than her. She's just saying, "Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I kept touching you. You can't touch me back." Dude, they're children. They are fucking children. I use the horn. You can't use it on me. That's mine. No, you can't push me. I can push you. Fucking children. That's what you're dealing with. Fucking children in adult bodies who have never once been told no. when they grab a fucking plastic little diddy-do fucking clown horn and start honking it in your face to be annoying and disruptive and to piss you off, don't get mad. Get even. Pull out your fucking air horn and start blasting it anytime she comes near you. And if she lays her hands on you, she started it. There you go. Reverse Uno your fucking bully. Make sure you have it on fucking camera. This is what they keep doing to you. Do it back to them. You react to what they put out. That's it. That's it. Nice and simple. You don't attack them. You don't need to raise your fucking hands on them. You do not need to do that. Use the same tactics that they've justified using against you. Grab your air horns, buy some milkshakes, have a good fucking weekend.
Fucking do that. No, she's harassing this old lady. She's actually
Yeah. Cops don't care. Cops want them to all clear out because it makes their job more difficult. And look, I'm not going to sit there and go like, oh, you know what? Fuck the cops for doing that. Look, man, every single fucking cop got told that they need to show up and be there. Like, man, that's got to fucking suck. Like, I'm sure they don't want to fucking be there. But man,
I'm sure they'll be willing to do the other thing that I sent to you.
Oh yeah, let me play that. Or
it's just a screen cap of a tweet.
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
Quality of life violation is the new name of stop and frisk, I think.
This is a photo from the police, not from a person. While scanning the streets of Brooklyn, public safety officers stopped a person for a quality of life violation. During their stop, they discovered the individual possessed this loaded firearm and placed him under arrest, helping to keep the community safe. Quality of life violation, dude.
It's like stop and frisk all over again.
It's the same shit. It really is. And dude, here's my problem. Okay, someone has the right to fucking. People have the right to bear arms. Okay, I mean, you do have a right for a fucking firearm. If this dude's walking down the street and you decide, he looks suspicious. So you run up to him, you literally do stop and fucking frisk, and you go, oh, he's got a gun. We protected the community. Who knows what he could have done with this? Yeah, who fucking knows? Minority Report, you fucking asshole. You literally didn't know shit, but you grabbed the guy, you grabbed his gun, you arrested him for literally no fucking cause. Yes, you're right. You're right, Gigi. This is exactly what all of these assholes said was wrong.
Yeah, I was like, this seems like a more like fucking communist way of doing stop and frisk with this quality of life violation horse shit. I mean, if it was a quality of life violation, I think disturbing the peace would rather fit that line of text than just having a gun on yourself.
I mean, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I kind of want to jump into the stuff that Marjorie Taylor Greene person was posting.
Well, we can. I just wanted to see what you'd think of this, like how bullshit it was.
What is this? Okay. All right. I'm like, dude, I'm like falling asleep, and I don't want to play that Marjorie Taylor Greene video, but I'll just talk about it. So she puts out a video. So she goes on 60 Minutes first, right? And on 60 Minutes, the person there is like, so you've said, you know, these pretty outrageous things. And he's like, oh, you mean like all Democrats are pedophiles? Yeah, I stand by that. You know, like if you support like sexualizing children, if you sexualize children, if you refuse to call out sexualizing children, then you're a fucking pedophile. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty strong. And I go like, I kind of agree with that though. And so the anchor is like, oh, wow. I'm like, what do you mean fucking wow? Like, dude, they're
Yeah, like what's the wow part? Like, not all Democrats? Are we going down that line?
You see, my problem is though, I get the argument. I do, okay? Because I've heard it from people in that community. I understand the argument that there are plenty of actual drag queens who are not making any money or barely any money to survive by performing in clubs. And so they just want to do the thing where they put on their fucking costume, they put on their dress, and they go to a fucking library and they read books to kids. And they get a little bit of money from doing it. I get it. And I can even say I'm sympathetic to the fucking argument. I do. I understand it. The problem is you have other drag queens putting on these insane fucking shows, right? High budget fucking shows for children where they are getting nude and performing with the kids. You have others who do full on striptease acts while kids put money into their fucking underwear. There's no defending that. There is no defending that. And you know what? Well, I can certainly say I'm sympathetic to the idea of wanting to, branch out and be more accepted and whatever. Sure, whatever. I don't actually hate drag queens. I really fucking don't. But when you have actual fucking examples of blatant fucking pedophilia going on the fucking stage at these big drag events, and you won't call it out because you don't want to be condemned by your community, fine. What am I supposed to say to that? Your community clearly has embraced being fucking pedophiles. Oh, no, we haven't. Yes, you have. No, we haven't. Yes, you have. No, we're not. Yes, you are.
You won't excise them.
Yeah, dude, I'm not even going to play the fucking game anymore. Like, there's no point, okay? I posted those pictures from those drag events, okay? Well-known, high-profile things that happened, okay, that everyone was fully aware was going on, of adults being nude, exposing themselves to children, young children. And there's not any actual condemnation, not outright. They see the images and they immediately look to excuse it, to defend it, to downplay it. They obfuscate by going, well, did you know that at one point a Republican was also arrested for child porn? I'm like, yeah, good. He was arrested. He's going to prison. Good. These people aren't. What the fuck do you think I care about more? The one who's in prison or the one who isn't? But fuck, you say that. And it's like, what about the Catholic Church? What about the retard who's pointing to a pedophile in order to excuse another one? I don't know. I honestly don't fucking know. I've gotten honestly so confused at this point.
It's just team dynamics at this point. I mean, hell.
It's team dynamics and politics with fucking pedophilia.
Yeah, it's like a more retarded version of red versus blue.
It's that, but with sexualizing children and being pedophiles. It's red versus blue, but each time one of those members gets caught as being a fucking pedophile, fuck, dude, it's ridiculous. It's insane. Like, you know what's crazy to me? And I'm not even kidding. It would be, this GOP guy was found to have like fucking fucked a 12-year-old, okay? And then the rest of the GOP surrounded them and started going, guys, you don't understand. No, you don't get it. You're just being hateful. You're just spreading lies about our community. Because that's what the trans community keeps fucking doing. And I don't get it. I don't fucking understand it. I openly admit, I don't know what you want me to fucking say at this point.
Fun fact, since we're talking about the drag community and whatnot, O.J. Simpson's father was a drag queen.
Good. I don't care. I literally don't care. I grew up in San Francisco, okay? What okay, and I'll be clear as much as I can. The type of drag stuff that I had seen in my teens was not this shit that they're doing now. It's not tits in a box. It's not Rudolph the fucking horny reindeer who's actually just a dude in a little bit of like bondage play gear, dry humping another man on stage
with antlers.
Yeah, they're both wearing antlers. They're horny reindeer, dry humping each other on stage in front of kids, wearing fucking full on bondage gear, twerking for a 5-year-old, giving lap dances to teenagers. This keeps on happening. It's not a one-time thing. It's not this only happened a couple of times out of 100 shows. No, it's like more than half of these events keep devolving into this shit. The most high-profile ones are filled with this shit. So, in fact, if I recall correctly, one drag queen who is partnered with fucking Nickelodeon was the one who hosted the XXX Christmas party for children.
Oh, God, I remember that one.
That's the one with the fucking horny reindeers. Yes. Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
So
kids' television channel.
So when one of the most well-known drag queens with the biggest shows, who's going to the fucking White House, who has a contract with Nickelodeon, is the one putting that show on, you don't get to tell me, oh, it's not the community. Oh, the community doesn't support it. Oh, they can't blame all trans people. I can. I will. You don't fucking condemn it. Your highest profile fucking trans/drag queens, I don't give a shit at this point, are fucking the ones hosting these shows with children. Multiple shows.
Okay, so let's go down the list of crimes of the trans community that they won't disown or fucking get rid of.
Oh, and start with child killing.
Yeah. School shooters, pedophiles, and motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. God damn, dude. God damn. At a certain point, it's just what do you even do? What do you even say? What do you even fucking do? There's no putting a stop to any of this shit. There really isn't. The problem is those Trump supporters could be out there for fucking an entire week, not do anything. Meanwhile, you have the other group of counter protesters showing up trying to instigate shit. And the moment somebody throws a punch, I guarantee you every single one of those Trump supporters is gone. They will look for any opportunity. That's why I keep saying, get air horns, get fucking milk, get some milkshakes, get some eggs maybe, and that's it. Because that's as far as you can fucking go. Because anything beyond that, and even that, honestly, even that, I guarantee you. Watch what happens when one of these Trump supporters buys a fucking milkshake at Burger King and chucks it at an Antifa bitch's head. Watch how quickly they run to the cops and scream assault.
Dude, I wouldn't even waste a milkshake. I'd just get a fire hose and turn on the water.
I mean, you could do that too, but I mean that would actually get you thrown in prison because that's assault. Fire hosing somebody is assault. Those hoses can cause actual damage.
Not chucking objects at them doesn't count as assault.
Well, that's the thing. You know, chucking a milkshake at somebody would still be assault, but a fire hydrant, like, man, that's the thing. Well, that's why they started chucking milkshakes at like politicians in the UK, because it was like, oh, I can get to you at any time. See, got you. Oh, look, I made a clown out of you. Like, it's a double point. One, it's an intimidation factor. Anyone can get to you at any time if they want to, right? If they're willing to suffer the consequences. And two, look, I can throw shit at you and nothing's going to happen to me. It's just a milkshake. You're overreacting. got you. Now, if I can call the police, then you're a pussy. I'm not kidding, man. These people suck. So start doing it to them. Get some banana cream pies, and I'm not kidding, chuck it at their fucking faces.
Yeah, let's make this a vaudeville act.
Yeah, dude. Work smarter, not harder. Don't create issues for yourself. All right? Do not create issues for yourself. With the way they behave, with the shit that they do, with the things that they constantly okay and justify. Oh, by the way, Gigi, you can change your avatar. We'll talk about it. With the things that they do, with the things that they say, with the actions that they behave, or the actions that they engage in. At a certain point, right? At a certain point, I can't sit there and say that they don't know what they are doing. They know full well. The left understands what the rules are. The right just sits there and complains about it and goes, why aren't we being treated fairly? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Once or twice I get. Time 574. At a certain point, learn your fucking lesson. Learn your fucking lesson. If they want to show up with air horns or fucking jukeboxes or fucking beatbot machines, I don't fucking care. Get some air horns and start drowning them out. Play fucking Achy Breaky Heart, maximum full speaker volume if you have to. Start square dancing in the street and don't let fucking anybody go by. Does it sound stupid? Yeah, sure, it does. But start engaging in their fucking tactics. I remember when they fucking protested and kept people up at like 3 in the fucking morning. Okay, do the same shit. Play Achy Breaky fucking Heart. It sucks. It's an ass fucking song. Everybody fucking hates it. So blast it full volume at 3 in the fucking morning. You're welcome. By the way, we got to talk about this shit. So, yeah, that looks like an older white version of fucking Tipster.
Guten Morgen, homies.
It does. I mean, look, let's be real. If Tipster did have a white half, it would probably be a Nazi. But at the same time, man, that looks like a white version of Tipster who's like, 10 years older.
10 years older?
10 years older.
I got the file uploaded in the group chat if you want to see it.
No, I know, because I love Hogan's Heroes. It's a great show. No, Hogan's Heroes is so underrated. Like, it really is.
I've got the complete series on DVD.
It's just a shame that guy was into, like, auto asphyxiation and killed himself while he was trying to jerk off.
No, that's not how Bob Crane died.
I thought that's how Bob Crane died.
No. He basically died the same way. What's his name from America's Funniest Home Videos died, where they suspected he got bludgeoned to death.
Oh yeah, somebody killed him.
Yeah, that's how Bob Crane died.
Wait, but Bob Crane was into choking himself out while he jerked off.
No, he was just a philanderer with women.
No, Bob Crane was totally into autoerotic asphyxiation, the sexy thing where you choke yourself while jerking off. That's what he was into.
I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
I guarantee it, because I watched the movie, which was about his life on Hogan's Heroes and how he was into like dirty fucking insane ass porn and shit. And like, yeah, man, there's a whole movie about Bob Crane on Hogan's Heroes. It's crazy.
You remember the name?
Crazy. I can find it.
Because if that's true, like, damn, like, what the fuck?
Autofocus. Autofocus is the name of the movie.
Oh, okay, Autofocus.
And William Dafoe is in it.
Well, of course, Willem Dafoe is, but I mean, it was either between what is his name here? General. This character and Sergeant Schultz as to who would be Tipster's white half. But Sergeant Schultz is a lovable oaf.
That's not Sergeant Schultz. I'm pretty sure that was their version of Joseph Goebbels.
No. This is a general who was in charge of the Luftwaffe in the show,
Oh,
or
okay.
at least the Luftstalags.
Wait, hold on. The actor was a sex addict before the term was invented, seducing scores of
Oh,
women
okay.
and engaging in threesome, orgies, and autoerotic behavior. I told you the dude liked to jerk off while choking himself. I told you. That's what Bob Crane was into. Bob Crane was into choking himself out while he jerked it off.
At least he wasn't into kids.
He wasn't into kids. He was just into choking himself out and spanking it. Okay, but dude, the people that are into that shit literally have killed themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had a classmate back in, I think, high school who ended up dying that way.
Wait, seriously? He was just like hanging from the ceiling fan with one hand in his pants?
Well, not from the ceiling fan, but from the doorknob, slumped over.
With his hands in his pants.
No pants,
No
from what I heard.
Sorry. It's terrible tragedy.
I know.
Tragedy. You just imagine like walking in on that. You're like, oh, whoa, sorry. And you just like close the door right away. And you come back an hour later. It's like, dude, you're still not done?
Well, here's the thing. Like, it was like he was the school bully in a sense. Like, he was one of the jocks. And when he died, like, everyone's like, oh, feel bad for this man. It's like, I'm not going to feel bad for a guy who jerked himself to death.
He jerked himself to death, yes. I see. This is what I thought. I thought Bob Crane jerked himself to death. I thought he just choked himself a bit too hard and just, bye Hogan's Heroes.
No, someone took a baseball bat to the back of his head and opened up his skull.
Yeah, I remember. He was hated. I can't remember why he was hated, but
They said it was the most likely suspect was a business partner.
well, yeah, it was the creepy sex guy. So Bob Crane got to Hollywood. Bob Crane, I can't remember what his career was before Hogan's Heroes, but when he got cast to do Hogan's Heroes, it was a bit weird, right? Because he was a really good actor. The show was kind of hated when they first announced it because the show came out in, I want to say like, what was it, early 60s?
They had colored TV back then. So.
No. The first episode, the pilot.
Oh yeah,
episode
the
was
first
black and white.
Yeah, they did that because of budget reasons, but once they got greenlit, then they went straight to color afterwards.
Yeah, but this was like the 60s because the 60s was when you got color television.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, this was around the 60s. World War II had ended only about 15 to 20 years ago. So most of the people alive at the time were very familiar with the atrocities that went down, with the suffering that had occurred, with the overall overwhelming loss of life. Many of these people had been alive and had, been propagandized, which again, I'm not saying that, the Nazis were good. My point is the U.S. government back then was pumping out, war propaganda to encourage you to hate the enemy. Right? That was a tactic to encourage you to fight in that war. So these people grew up with all of that. And then you have Hogan's Heroes, which is a fucking comedy, which in many ways, to many people back then, was making light of what had just happened. Now, that said, the show is actually really good. The show had featured, I believe the person who played Colonel Klink is Jewish, actually.
Yeah, he was what was it? He was a stage actor. Same, and the guy who played Sergeant Schultz was in the opera.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, you actually had a really diverse cast of people that worked on the show. Like you really did. The actors in that show, like they represented the Allied forces, right? So you had you had someone who was actually French. You had someone who was actually Jewish. You had I forget his name, but you had somebody with the guy who was black, and that was
he was the second in command.
Yeah.
Sergeant Kinslaw. He was the radio man who would contact the sub and everything.
Yeah, yeah, dude, I love when they do the thing where they contact somebody and like do all the things. You see the tube slowly come out of the ground.
Yeah, it goes up the flagpole.
Yeah. Wait, for those of you guys who don't know, Hogan's Heroes was basically it took place in a German POW camp, but the
it was
Allied forces, the Allied forces had set up that camp to operate out of, right? So the Germans have no fucking idea that these prisoners are actually still fighting in the war, and so that's what made it funny.
Yeah, they work with like the German resistance and whatnot, as well as the French resistance and all the other resistance forces at Luftstalag 13. And they never figure it out, but they're always suspecting it because whenever like there's like a cave collapse or something on a railroad track.
Sorry, G, you cut out a bit, but I know what you're meaning. Like Colonel Klink almost never suspects anything. And like occasionally he'll catch them engaging in some type of behavior that they're not supposed to be doing. And so he thinks that that's what the big deal is. But really, it's just all a cover. Sergeant Schultz will catch them full on with all of their spy gear out. And he'll just go, I see nothing, and like turn around and just walk away. Because he doesn't want to deal with it.
Because he's
I
paid
love
off.
that guy. He's fucking great. He's
paid off sometimes. It's the funniest
they
thing.
pay him off with fucking cigars and shit. It's
Candy bars and other stuff.
And then it turns out, and actually, I kind of, the reason why I really like the character is they explained it. And Hogan's Heroes actually did give you context for certain things that went on back then. But Sergeant Schultz was the head of a toy factory. But when Hitler came to power, he was forced to convert the toy factory to make guns, and they forced him to join the army.
No, they turned it into a ball bearing plant.
Oh, ball bearing, something like that. But
yeah.
he just wanted to be a guy that made toys. But when the war came, the Nazi forces required you to join them, or you could just be any of the people that they publicly executed.
Yeah.
The Nazis were beyond evil. But
just look what happened to Willy Messerschmitt. He didn't want to make warplanes for the Nazis, and he got axed out and got replaced.
Yeah, no, that's what they did, right? So you either showed your loyalty or you became kind of like a second-class citizen in Germany, right? Just slightly above the Jewish people, because at any moment they could drag you over to Berlin, where they had these massive fucking whatchamacallits, the guillotines. He had guillotines lined up in Berlin to execute people that spoke out against him. Yeah. It was a public showing. Hitler was a fucking demon. Like, I'm being serious, right? The guy was purely fucking evil, and he controlled people through fear.
Well, I mean, the one joke that all the Germans or the superior officers got to use as like a fear tactic, it's a running joke in the series, but whenever like someone beneath them screws up, it's like, well, maybe you'll have time to think about that at the Eastern Front.
The Russian front.
The Russian front, the Eastern Front.
Oh man. But it's but it's not, but that's not wrong. Like that was something that they would do. The Russian front was like awful, right? Okay, so I don't want to dive too much into World War II and history and everything, but back then,
that's fun.
Oh, it totally is. Back then, the Russians were slowly being pushed back, sure, but it was winter.
Mm-hmm.
And winters in Russia are long. And so what they also started to do was something they called scorched earth.
Yeah,
and they
salt,
would, they would, well, they would salt and burn the earth so that everything was destroyed. You couldn't grow anything. So even as the Nazis were able to push further into Russia, there was almost no point. You were just pushing further into a fucking wasteland, and you were gaining no resources at all.
You know what's funny is like in the German retreat back to Berlin, Hitler gave the order to do the exact same thing back to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But during like Operation Barbarossa, there was like this really funny episode with like several of Stalin's war factories where he literally pulled a Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Is it basically in order to save his factories, he pushed it somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
He had the factories taken apart board by board, nail by nail, loaded up on a train, and just ship it further east.
Yeah, no, it's true though. It is. And the thing is, the Russians knew at the time that there was that all they had to do was wait until winter. Once winter hit, the fucking Nazis were fucked, right? They absolutely were fucked. You can't just so if Hitler was able to actually push through in like the summer, okay, everything's clear. It's a much easier journey to push your forces into Moscow, right?
Yeah.
But instead, what you have is fucking winter in Russia, which is like a blizzard that doesn't stop, that just keeps going.
And then
so
it turns to mud afterwards.
And then it turns to mud afterwards. So it's heavier to move. It's ice, freezing ass cold. And there is no food. That was the big one. That's why nobody wanted to be sent to the Russian front, because there's no food. There's no food. All the land is destroyed. There's no animals to eat. There's no people that you can steal things from. It's just an endless blizzard. And dude, it's effective because between the two of them, the Russian army was far more used to dealing with those conditions. The German army had no comprehension for how fucking bad it was going to get.
Yeah, they didn't even have the basics of winter clothing.
No, they didn't. Many of them just froze to death on the way into Russia.
But yeah, like throughout the show, that would be used as like a joke to scare someone straight. And it was just commonly used. Like even Hogan would use it on Clink to get him to come to his side.
I like when Clink went to Hogan and begged him to help him from being sent over to the Russian front. Because he's because I'm the best commandant. I let you do whatever you want. It's like fucking great.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. It's like he's got the best record as being a commandant of a prison of war camp, because there's been zero
escape attempts. Yeah.
No, zero successful escapes. Like there have been like 256 that had failed, and as you watch the show, you learn those are planned diversions to help other escape POWs get away.
Well, they'll smuggle somebody into the POW camp because they have like the entire bottom of the camp is just like carved out, and they have a whole operation. But they'll sneak people into the camp. Nobody will realize they're not supposed to be there,
except
and
for
then
Schultz.
and then they'll smuggle them out. Yeah, Schultz is the only one. Schultz always catches them. That's the thing, okay? Clink never can tell what's going on. Schultz always catches them in the act. And then he's like, I see nothing. And he just like freaks out and runs away because he doesn't want to have to report it.
Yeah, I mean, they also, not on top of like the tunnels, they also have like the barbed wire fences to where they can open them like a garage door where it just slides up and they go under.
Yeah, no, that's that. Dude, that show was honestly so good. And unfortunately, Bob Crane became friends with like a really creepy sex pest, and they believe that he's the one who bludgeoned his face in with a bat.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's the end of the stream. But I gotta say, man, it's weird that
General Burkhalter looks like Tipster.
Yeah, he does. Fuck. Except it's deceiving for me because all of his weight is in his face, but for Tipster, like
it's all over.
Yeah, no, Tipster is much bigger than this guy.
Like, yeah, this is like Tipster 200 pounds less.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. All right, guys, that's it for the stream. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I guess it just depends on whether or not something interesting happens in the trial. Like,
Yeah.
Tomorrow is day one, and day ones are usually boring, but it's Donald Trump, so he's got to like go there and just say something incredibly fucking stupid.
Yeah, he might actually go for a photo op just to have his own version of a mugshot.
Yeah.
Because you know that's going to get him reelected real fast.
Dude, I saw people on the left, and they were all like celebrating the fact they were going to have a mugshot of Donald Trump, and I was like, you guys are idiots. Like that will make that man like literally more of a living legend than he actually is.
Yeah.
That is not something you do. And this is not the crime to do it on. Like, I understand their idea is like, oh, we can stretch this out for about 18 months or so, push it all the way up into the election. And then if we need to, that gives us time on these other cases that we can drop against him. And we can just keep hammering away at Donald Trump.
Because, like, if he does get a mugshot, it's going to be as famous as the one for Pablo Escobar.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. These people just do not seem to understand. Like, they really do not seem to understand. This is only helping him. It's so roughly, I think it was less than a day, but around a day after this news came out, Donald Trump secured $4 million in donations. About 20 to 25%, I think, is all brand new donors. And these are not, people are coming in and giving like 200 grand. These are small donations, like 10, 20 bucks, right? This dude, they have gotten far more support to this man than they ever fucking intended, right?
Yeah.
It's nuts. And then I thought it was crazy because I posted that, and like some responses were like, no, so now you actually fell for that? Because now he's saying it's 7 million. I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy. You mean a day afterwards when he said it was 4 million, and now it's like been 3 days and it's like 7 million. That's crazy. It's crazy how time passed and more money appeared. Fucking wild.
Yeah, it's not like bank transactions didn't happen those 3 days.
I mean, apparently this guy. This is what I mean. That's what you're dealing with. Like the intellect here has reached a fucking shallow puddle.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the amount of quote unquote lies Donald Trump has told on, like, what was it, PolitiFact or whatever, where it's like pants on fire and shit like that. How they've got like the list of 22,000 so-called lies and shit.
Here's the crazy thing. These little jackasses could do this for just about any politician. They refuse. Because it would honestly look bad if you went after a regular fucking senator and you put together a whole compendium of all the times they fucking lied. You could do it to any of these politicians and be accurate. Mm-hmm. Because and the problem with the Trump ones, right? Obviously, it's not that many because they will use fucking hyperbole and say that he's lying. It's like, dude.
Yeah, like how Trump killed the Japanese koi fish by overfeeding them.
Well, that was just them lying about him.
I know, but it's hyperbole to think you could feed a fish to death.
Well, no, it was really stupid because I remember the fish story. They cut out Shinzo Abe
doing it first,
only showed Donald Trump doing it, and then acted like, oh, look how fucking bizarre he's behaving. These people knowingly lied to us about events. They know they're lying when they report stories. They don't fucking care. They hate this man and they feel justified in doing it. That's all you're dealing with. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. We're done with the stream. Maybe tomorrow we'll be here. It's hard to say. I guess it just depends if something crazy happens during the trial.
I'm sure something will happen tomorrow.
Yeah, God, yeah. You know, because it's Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump. All right, guys. That's it. Have a good night, and let's send it out with a Biden blast.
You've done well so far, but up until now, I've only been using a mere 5% of my power. Now let's see how well you fare against my Biden